All right, let's talk about credit card debt. So, according to this report by LendingTree, Americans owe $1.2 trillion collectively on our credit cards. But what's the average? So, the average amount is $7,321 at a rate of 21.4%. Now, 21.4% should be criminal, but this is the average rate, and I've seen rates that are above 21.4%. And there are some rates that are slightly below, but again, no one should accept paying 21.4%. This is absolutely criminal. But let's take these numbers and let's offer a real life scenario. So if you owe $7,321 at a rate of 21.4% and you want to pay this off monthly because you don't have this money to pay it off upfront, what do? So typically people would want to pay this off over the course of the next 36 months. So for this example, we're going to take 36 months and plug this into a calculator to see how much you would pay monthly and how much interest you would pay at the end of your 36-month payoff. So this is just a simple Discover calculator here we have. We're plugging in the balance of $7,321. We have our interest rate of 21.4%, and we're just structuring this to be a 36-month loan. So when you calculate this, your monthly payment will be $283. So now mostly we'll see $283 and think, okay, so that's pretty simple. I can just pay about $300 a month and I'll be over with. I don't have to think about this loan. But the end of your loan, what would you do? You would end up paying $2,629 extra to your bank. This is money that it could have been in your pocket. You shouldn't have to pay this money. So now let's actually take a look at this loan, but let's increase this 36 months and see what would happen to the amount of interest we pay. So here we have 36 months, but let's say you can't do 36 months and $283 is too much for you, and you want to do 42 months. You want to do 50 months. You want to do 61 months, and you can see the numbers. So if you increase the months, you're going to pay more money in interest. So this should show you how dangerous getting into credit card debt is. So what is the solution? How do you prevent getting into credit card debt? The solution is very simple. The solution is to treat a credit card as if this was a debit card. Let's say your bank holds $1,000, right? And you want to buy something that's $2,000. Don't put the $2,000 on your credit card because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. If you lose your job, God forbid something happens, now you bought this item and now you can't pay it back. Right? So if you have $1,000, only purchase items with your credit card that you can afford with cash. So let's say if you buy an item that's $500 and you have $1,000 in your bank account, then that's no problem because you can afford that in cash. So you can just simply pay it off by the end of the month and you don't have to ever